Hi. I think there's a chat available. So I've just been really antsy recently, and it's just been really. Ugh. Hang on. Hang on. Yeah, there's a chat that is available along the side. Trying to figure out what's up. I still don't know what's up. And every time I try to explain it, it doesn't work. And I swear, no matter what I do, it doesn't work. It doesn't. And because every time I have an explanation, there's something to shoot it down, or there's someone to say, no, you're just trying to grab attention, get a attention whore or something. I don't know. So, about a month ago, I was in the hospital. Tomorrow's gonna be the 1 month anniversary of me getting out of there, being healthy considerably. I've been doubting myself a lot more recently, and so it's kind of bugging me, and I don't know what to do about it. But I do need help, but I don't really want to ask for any. It's partially because I don't want. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of being called a phony. I'm afraid of being fake. But, like, if I say anything about what I experience, if I deny that it's real, then I feel almost like, I don't know, like I'm being, like, I feel like it's wrong if I say it's not real. But if I say anything, like, if I say anything about it actually being real, um, then I feel like it isn't up to symptoms with other things, so it's not like it's real to anyone else because I don't show bona fide symptoms nor have I been diagnosed. So there's really nothing to say. So this is my mic. It's really nice. It's a Yeti. I just really wish there was something else I could do besides just, kind of sit here and pretend like it's not real. And it's, I don't know, just super frustrating. Can you actually get on chat? Can you actually get on chat? Like, is chat available through this, or is it just not? I just. What do you do? What do you do about. What do you do about it? Like. And you're probably asking what it is, and like, it's not the depression. Like, I have already been told by the doctors that I am clearly. I clearly have major depression. I have anxiety symptoms. They've told me I have anxiety. I'm autistic. But I don't really tell people that I have invasive thought patterns. And by that, I don't just mean that my thoughts are everywhere and anywhere. But, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's like you look at something and you say one thing, and another thought says another thing. And it's kind of weird. But I don't know what to do about it. But just, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go about it. It feels strange talking about it because I have invasive thought patterns. Oftentimes, I end up having conversations. I sound crazy. That's that's already a given. But I don't know. Ugh. I don't even know who's viewing right now, and I have no way of telling unless they like either send an inbox thing or message me over Skype. So there's your advertisement for you. I have no way of knowing, really. And I'm kind of scared. Because I've looked into many different symptoms with this, and all of them have led to some very serious psychotic disorders. But I don't meet all the criteria for that, and I never will. But it bothers me because it bothers me because I I feel like I'm just it bothers me because I feel like I'm I'm dealing with this thing in me. And like one of the weird things is that like I sometimes I don't recognize myself in the mirror. I really don't. And it isn't like a who is that? It's more of a I look like that? Hmm. But like I don't know, it's and anytime I want to bring it up, it just sounds really dumb. It just does. It always sounds dumb. It always sounds dumb. And anytime that I think that I've nailed down the explanation, there's a new one that pops up. and it's better, but it's still not as precise. And over time, it's an adaptational thing, and it just uh, and I don't know what to do about it. I mean, I could go on and explain to you about how, like, there are days when I seriously don't feel like myself and I want to go by another name, and I have different mannerisms and I talk differently, and it feels right. It just feels right. But at the same time, I mean, what do you do? What do you do when you feel like a walking crowd? And what do you do when you can't tell anyone that you feel like a walking crowd because you feel like everyone around you, feels pretty singular? And, since I was maybe around the summer before my senior year of high school, I've felt this way. And I haven't felt like a single person. I mean, it's happened before in the past. And that's just been maybe since I was like 15. But I'm 18 now, and I'm 18 and a half, so this has been going on for about 3.5 years, maybe. Maybe a little bit shorter. Maybe like 3 years. But I've never quite felt alone in my mind, in my body, and it's unsettling because I don't fit traditional definitions of schizophrenia. I don't fit traditional definitions of dissociative identity disorder. I don't fit traditional definitions of those things. And I don't know what to do about that. I don't know what to make of that information besides, well, fuck, I'm not that. So, I don't know what to say other than, hi, I'm just as not normal as anyone else, I guess. And a lot of this whole conundrum regards to those sorts of things are just due to not being able to cope with my family, and I couldn't cope with my family. I was constantly at the mercy of feeling like my opinions did not matter and that I needed to do exactly what was said. I needed to do exactly what I was told, and I couldn't always deal with that. So, and if I didn't do what I was told, if I didn't do what I was told, then, you know, I felt bad about not being able to do things correctly. And that was always a pain. But most definitely, it was often, more cases than not, it was I couldn't deal with this burning feeling that I was at fault for something. And every time, what made it so bad and what turned it into the thing that it did is that every single time that there was this thing that, like, it was a positive trait, whenever there was a positive trait, and whenever that positive trait by one of my parents was shunned or shamed, I cut it off. And it wasn't one of those, like, stereotypical dissociative identity disorders of cases of absolute repression. It was more like, that's not me anymore. That's just not going to be me anymore. And I made characters out of them. I wrote and I made a novel, and I'm starting to make a novel, and I'm writing characters about them. There are sides of them that I don't like to talk about in myself. And some of these things are good qualities, like they're charming and they're sensitive and they're brave. But some of them are more negative qualities, like they're manipulative, they're lying, they hurt other people, sometimes unknowingly and sometimes absolutely on purpose. They're sadistic. But I've dealt with this for a while, and I guess I'll continue to deal with it for a while, because that's just how it is. And I'm not the type of person to say it out loud, because I refuse to say it out loud. I absolutely refuse to say it out loud, because I have fear for how I'm being judged. I have fear, especially online. I don't know why I'm posting this on the internet like I am, but I am. I have fear online. And I have a lot of... I put way too much trust into people and things, you know? Like, this is a lot of trust that I'm putting on you not to treat me like shit about this. Or really anyone who this video, which I think YouTube publishes, will see. But I don't know how I feel about all of this. It's terrifying because I feel like I'm never alone in my head. And on top of that, I don't physically hear auditory hallucinations. I do not do that. It's very rare. Like very, 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 very rare. It's only happened like once or twice. And it's very short, very crisp, very clean. Every time that I talk about it, I end up just getting worried and feeling like, trying to think of the word. Every time I talk about it, like, the thoughts increase in volume and they become more frantic and faster. Like, my head's rushing right now, and there isn't much I can do other than to sit and think and say, what am I willing to put up with today? Not this. Not this. And I have to just buckle down and buckle through. Most of these voices that I think, they don't hurt. Most of them don't hurt. There's one in particular that hurts. There's always one in particular that hurts, but like, for the most part, they're pretty good people. I just hope that it's a little easier to understand after this stuff gets done. I mean, there's really no way I can explain it. Like, I don't always feel comfortable in my own skin, so I kind of just inherit their guise. And it's weird because when I do that, I feel much more comfortable as them than I do myself. Much, 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 much more comfortable. And yet I feel like at the same time, if I do that and I be who I feel most comfortable being, then it's wrong. Because people don't like that. People don't like being deceived. And people don't like being told, oh, well, why do you act that way in front of one group of people, and why do you act another one from one other group of people? And I'm actually appalled because people do that all the time. That's just human nature. The extreme to which I do it is a lot different than the extreme that other people go to. Most people are very natural at it. I am not. That's why they're there. That is explicitly why they're there. But on top of that, it's also because they have qualities that I can't see in myself anymore because of the damage that has been done to me throughout my high school career and maybe a little bit of my middle school career. And a lot of it is verbal. It used to be a bit more physical, but that was like, traditional punishment of spankings. Yeah. Um, but now it's just verbal. And I don't know what to do. So I guess I'll leave it at that. I'll leave this on a strange, quavering cliffhanger of a note. And maybe I'll make another one of these again. But thanks for listening. And as always, I'll just catch you on the flip side.